Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to another new series, albeit this one is probably related to the whole Project Wingman thing. I know that they're very related, it's just a matter of I haven't gotten to one from this specific series yet, but Spinrift in the Patreon queue, who has put the other two forward, wanted me to get to this one as well. And albeit it has been over a month since I've gotten to one of these, as per guarantee on the Patreon, these are guaranteed. So I get to see what Mimic, Rage, and Scream has in store for me. I'm not, of course, sure where this one's gonna land in the music spectrum. I, of course, have listened to the Project Wingman stuff, but that's not to say this couldn't be something completely different. So let's find out, shall we? Let's go. Ooh, starting with drums, like, immediately, okay. Oh, it's a little jazzy. Ooh, okay, maybe not. Ooh. Getting a little more rock now. Ooh. Oh, yeah. This could be kind of like a jazz rock fusion. We're gonna get like a Crush 40 City Escape kind of thing going on. Ooh, no. This buildup is insane. Whew. Okay, so it is a little bit more... Alright, it is a little bit more jazzy. That bass line is nuts, too. This is definitely its own sound. Oh, it's fusion! Okay, yeah, that tracks. It's like prog jazz fusion. Woo! The speed! Man, rest in peace that drummer's arms. Ow! I hope that was programmed. If not, I'm scared. That drummer could probably punch a hole through my chest. I love the fill on top of the 4 on the floor. I love that blend of consistency and freedom. I love that. That's very jazz fusion, matching the bass and the keyboard. Building up again. We're not done building up. There's a lot of build up. Every time they've built up, I've been like, what's next? And it always releases into this, like, really a jovial, bright sound. They don't build up too much more. They just build up to this point and then they stay there. Woo! That was a little funky. Man. I really like this progression too. That guitar there was really nice. Oh, we're back to it. Ooh, they're doubling up on it. holding down that 4 on the floor. This is just a blast. This totally fits the energy of like a game about flying. It really does. In a lot of ways. I think we're looping back through now. Yep, called it. Ooh. Jesus, they just cut it there. Okay. All right, so this song is a lot of fun for a lot of reasons, obviously. The main one, of course, being that the entire thing is structured so wild. Like, there's obviously structure in there, but a lot of it is just torn apart by the wild energy that is fusion jazz. There's a lot of fun happening on here. I love that they have a Rhodes piano in there. That feels really nice to hear. Everything else about that jazz fusion stuff in there feels so bright and eventful. It feels freeing. But one of the main things with jazz fusion, at least something super consistent in jazz fusion, is that free energy. It doesn't really fit to a structure. It messes around with those time signatures and the playing patterns. It just doesn't lock itself down like a lot of other genres do. And that freedom allows you to do so much, go anywhere, and that energy is definitely showcased in its sound. So using it for something like this, where it's a game all about flying around and usually not having like a clue of what's about to happen, is insanely clever. Like, utilizing this for a fight in the air is awesome because you never know what's coming next. You don't know if there's gonna be an enemy flying around the corner and just gonna absolutely beat your ass, or if you're gonna be like heading towards each other in like a game of chicken. Like, dogfights can have plenty of variety to them, so having a genre that also has plenty of variety allows you to go anywhere, do anything with the music, and no matter what really happens in the fight, you're gonna feel like you're locked into that sensation of never knowing what's coming next, and that feels so good for this. The other fun part about this is that it's in C major, I believe. I think that there is some E minor energy happening in there, but the reason I'm saying C major specifically is due to that shift that happens in that like melodic lift later in the song, where it just kind of goes up and down this chromatic scale. It actually does something that works really well, of course, for that energy lift, in which it does a chromatic scale and then jumps to its relative key. So it sticks in C and it uses a chromatic scale in C to then jump that up to A minor, which is the relative key of C, and why it sounds so good and works so well, and it has this lifted energy to it. You get this constant drive upwards because no matter how you really balance those, if you're going from A to C or C to A, it's going to feel like it belongs together because they're related notes. They all kind of share the same concept. And the way this works is really simple. It basically just goes from G to C, working down that chromatic side, except for instead of in C major going straight down to F, it just pops itself up to that flat. So you get that like that, and then when it bounces up, it's doing the exact same pattern, just up a perfect third. So you're still sticking inside that like relative notion of these two notes sound good together, and then you just need to work your way down in the same pattern. You're going from B to E in this case, and you just go B, D, 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 still sticking on that F, down here, and then back up. So that easy. It's really, really simple, but that energy just going from has a major, major impact on the mind. Having that relationship going on in the brain and having basically all these work together, they sound great, and it just locks in, and it feels really upbeat, up-tempo, and high energy. A lot of northern motion happening, like the sky. Wow, music almost has a point, doesn't it? Obviously, I'm clowning a little bit there, but that concept is kind of the point of music. When you want something to sound like something, you need to utilize tools in the musician's like tool belt to be able to actually make that happen in the listener's ears. So when you want something to feel bright, high, and energetic, switching from the major to the minor or the minor to the major is a great way to bring the energy up or down in the relative space of that key. So it just locks itself in. I think that this seems to be E minor just because you have to use that sharp. I believe like most songs, this probably does that thing where it shifts between those keys a few times, if not just once or twice, in order to sell that during certain points of the song. When you want something to feel like it's falling down, you work your way down. When you want it to feel like it's going up, you pick it back up, and then you use those relatives as needed. Music theory is insanely complex, but very dumb, stupid brain simple when you really lock it in. You want something to be happy, major key. Sad, minor key. That's all you need. That's like the core principle of music. It's not like a fine line. You can definitely kind of smudge that as needed, but it really depends on what you're writing and how you're intending to show it. I mean, one of my favorite like mini threes happen in here. I love this chord. Beautiful. It's a C suspended 2. I just love how that is. It feels kind of hopeful but listless. Like there's definitely a future, but where does it end up? And literally that is what you're working through, minus these 2 notes for that. That's it. Boop, boop. G. G and C are what you start and end on for that, and I just put the D in there. Giggity. So it just, that's music. It's a beautiful cacophony of options that you can just yoink from, and it sounds so cool when you utilize it in context like this, and it feels so bright, uplifting, positive, and dare I say, like you're flying. So music is so cool. Anyway, that's basically all I have to say about this one. Great song, love the genre, love the creativity there. I especially love that jump between the 2 and that chord. Still one of my favorites. And of course, if you have anything else you want me to get to, by all means, leave it in the comments below and I will do my best. And otherwise, if you just like this video and you want to follow and support me for more, I do stuff on like a daily basis here. So if you want to do that, that's all up to you. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!